we knew we had a huge challenge, to develop the ATS-V. One of the strengths that we had with the CTS-V was lots of data, and for all the tracks. And so, getting to learn the car, struggling through failure after failure, knowing that she had an athletic feel, but again, not just on the chassis, but the engine, the development of that. There were a lot of things that we had to work through, like a fire. And but you know what? The one thing is the car from the first time I drove it had a great feel. So in my mind, I don't think anybody. Maybe I definitely thought, if we get lucky, we can win another one. But that was me just being an optimist. But as we started, when we rebounded after that fire, I was like, man, we can make this happen. You can't even put into words the amount of pressure that was on this team at that time. Brand new car, a lot of money invested, and playing catch up, really. I mean, we didn't test these cars really until, mid-February. So, but there was a lot of pressure on us. And then when that car burned to the ground, man, that was the most heartbreaking thing in the world. And then knowing that we're not going to our primary car, we're going to our mule. Which is not as good a car, but man, the whole team came together, built that car, and Mossport, if there's a place to make it happen, that was it. That place has always been good to me. I had great confidence, and probably one of the best qualifying laps I put in there, and then two very difficult races with guys that probably had faster cars if they could get in front of me, but they couldn't. So it was. That was really a turning point, coming back 2 weeks after the fire and then winning both rounds. That was, talk about drama. That was like the ABC Wide World of Sports, the thrill of victory, agony, defeat. I don't know, remember what it was, but we knew we had to execute, and then on top of being beat by, the Ferrari at Sears Point, they got weight taken off. So it's like, Lord Almighty, let's throw another, wrench into the monkey works. It was funny because all the way up until qualifying, I'd been about a 12th place guy, and then just working with my engineer, looking at data and all that kind of stuff. That's probably my best qualifying effort ever, at Laguna Seca, to put it fifth. And we were very fortunate. Racing is very much a sport where luck does play a part. And Beretta and the Ferrari guys made a mistake, and Beretta qualified 12th. We knew he was fast. But, because the other Ferraris were like a second clear of everybody. And, but got a great start, moved into second. Took a couple laps for the other Ferrari to come by. And I knew, Olivier would be coming, okay, and charging hard. Getting there, getting by are always two different things. But I also knew mathematically, if I'm running third, I'm good. He's got to win that thing to win the championship. And then the question became, would the Ferraris that were leading back up? And I was pretty confident that they would not, because that team wanted to win. Sure. So, when you're racing a guy, okay, when you've made a mistake or you've done something wrong, and you can just go like that, boom, check your mirror, and be like, all right, he's too far to even think about making a move. And that was the shocking thing about what happened at the top of the corkscrew, was he wasn't even close. That was the biggest Hail Mary of all time. And so you don't know what he was thinking, whether it's he's done the math himself and thinks the only way I can win this championship is if I wreck Johnny bad enough he can't go in. We got going again, and I was getting updates from the crew, and knew where I had to get to, and there was no doubt in my mind that even if Olivier hadn't broken at the end, that I would have still finished in front of him points-wise, because my car was still way faster than the guys I was getting by. I'm optimistic. You know what? It's a funny thing. I find myself now in my career enjoying my racing more than I ever have, working harder at it than I ever have. And so yeah, no, I think, if I was a betting man, it'd be hard pressed to bet against us. I know there's some very strong guys coming in, and but you know what, we've done it. And the hardest thing in any sport or motorsport is getting the first one. Okay, whether it be football or basketball, it's that first win. Once you get that first win, then to duplicate it, then you just repeat the same formula. So you know, Cadillac Racing has done a great job. The ATS-V has proven itself, and shoot, you know, 2016 we just do it again.